Joining us now is Renita Young, Senior Markets Correspondent for the Schwab Network. Now, Renita, I'm going to leave this relatively open-ended because I'm not even sure I've wrapped my head around this entirely. Essentially, Amazon's going into a new market once again, and this market just happens to be automobiles.
Listen, it was only a matter of time before you could buy cars on Amazon. I mean, you've been able to compare some brands on Amazon for some time right now. They've allowed that to happen, to compare prices, and then you could buy car parts on Amazon for a while, but you could never buy vehicles, and now Hyundai is making that possible. Starting next year, you can buy a Hyundai on Amazon for the first time, and this really makes AMZN.com the middleman between the dealerships and the customer, and that means that the end seller of the vehicle will still be the dealer when Hyundai is allowing their dealerships to sell cars through AMZN.com. So this is also pretty interesting too, because it includes the opportunity to have the vehicle delivered to your home or to pick it up at a nearby dealership. And then it really just creates another way for dealers to advertise their selection and then make it easier for customers to buy. Just another route. But as part of the deal, Amazon Alexa is going to be available in Hyundai vehicles starting in 2025. And then Hyundai is also going to use AWS as its preferred.
There's always a catch.
You know it is. It's a two-way street. You gotta add in that two-way street. Hyundai is using AWS as its preferred cloud provider, and they want to help facilitate this whole digital transformation that they're going through. And then Alexa is going to have an Alexa built-in experience coming to Hyundai's next generation vehicles, right? So it's pretty interesting. It was only a matter of time before you can buy a car on Hyundai or Amazon.
On Amazon, I knew what you meant, and I completely, I'm like, this is very interesting because I love to shop on Amazon, but I cannot afford a Hyundai right now. But regardless, what does this mean for then like Carvana? Because I feel like CarMax is the largest car reseller in the world. They're huge. They fared what has been a volatile used car market quite well. Carvana, though, newcomer to this space, and I know Alex always has a big question mark when it comes to Carvana. I think just the marketing scheme of the car vending machine, it's lost on us.
It really is, and it's kind of a little strange when you think about it. It always has been to me. But right now, at least one analyst over at William Blair, or a group of analysts, say that since CarMax nor Carvana sell new cars, they expect no impact on these two companies, right? But if Amazon's auto initiatives eventually include used cars, it could be a similar competitive dynamic that they faced with companies like Car Gurus, eBay, or Auto Trader. They could be a similar dynamic there. But William Blair currently, by the way, has an outperformance rating on CarMax and a market perform rating on Carvana.
No, so my big question, and I don't think there's an answer to it at this point, is why is it Hyundai that's with Amazon? Why is Hyundai the company? Are they struggling to get the cars sold? Why are they the place that Amazon's going with the Alexa? These are always the question marks that I have.
Because you know there's good reason.
There's a good reason. It has to be a company that you feel, the way Amazon works is they like to negotiate favorable terms for themselves. As a company that gets to the size of Amazon typically does, it doesn't seem like they went to Tesla for a reason. And so it seems they're going for a company that maybe, I don't want to say has fallen on tougher times. I don't know that for sure, but possibly.
That could be it. I don't know the reason either, full disclosure. But what I do know is that this revolutionizes the car buying process in a broader way. Now, we've seen a move toward the whole direct-to-consumer car buying process with Tesla starting out doing that, right? And historically, people have hated buying cars at dealerships. You know, a lot of surveys have been done where folks were like, I'd rather completely circumvent that process entirely. But there have also been laws. About 48 states have laws limiting or banning manufacturers from selling directly to consumers. And that started to shift recently thanks to Tesla. But Amazon's deal with Hyundai sidesteps that situation almost entirely because it keeps the dealer as the middleman. And so while I'm not sure why they specifically chose Hyundai, I can see this happening with more brands and becoming more of a trend. And honestly, unfortunately, we can all thank Tesla for that.
You know, my mind would be shattered Aaron, if today there was a deal between Tesla and Amazon, oh my brain would explode.
Well, I think that there's probably, let's just be fair about this too, favorable terms for the dealer side to use Amazon because Amazon's getting the technology put in the cars. That's the payoff for Amazon. They're breaking in their technology. They're getting AWS involved in a big company like Hyundai, where the dealerships, they just have access now to an online marketplace. So it does seem like a potentially win-win. It doesn't seem like the first place that you would think a company like Amazon would target to partner with.
No, probably not, but it does seem like a natural next step for you to be able to buy a car on Amazon.
No doubt. I don't think anybody's questioning that for sure. We'll see how well it works, though.
I can't wait to see what that looks like. And perhaps it just then opens the door for companies like Carvana where people will be more comfortable buying cars online. So I think that's still
and then at some point, does Amazon need a vending machine for its cars that it's selling online? These are the next questions.
These are the next questions. Then Amazon just owns everything, which I feel like is already kind of the case. But we will leave it there. We could talk about this all day long. Renita Young, Senior Markets Correspondent. Thank you for your insight, as always.